I just wanted to give you a little quick glance at my garden this morning. I hope you enjoy the little trip through my garden. My castor beans are over the fence, and my other vegetables and flowers are doing quite well this year. This is the little strawberry bed that I planted for my adorable granddaughter. There's my little herb bed. Strawberries in there, and onions and garlic chives. My little Gretchen. And I'll take you down this little garden path. See if you like where it goes. Well-used bird bath. Knockout roses. Zinnias are pretty happy this year. My tansy is bloomed out. I have this riot of tomatoes that I didn't intend to look like this, but here they are. My Morning Glory TP, which also includes cucumbers and Malabar spinach. And these are some hot pepper plants. Taro root, pretty healthy. And for all my sweet little monarch friends, I planted butterfly weed. And something I'm really pleased with this year is how pretty my black pearl peppers are doing. I just love those black pearl peppers. And then I have a new little pepper plant that's called Aurora. And you will see it's quite colorful. It has all different colors of peppers on it. This is the wild ageratum that my lovely friend in the Tulsa Herb Society gave me a start of. And this is the Vietnamese, I don't know if you'd call it a lettuce. Anyway, it's a green. Use more as a garnish, but you can eat all you want. And my comfrey, of course, here and over here. I have whacked and whacked and whacked on, and it just keeps coming back. But it's wonderful to compost with and mulch with. And then we've got this whole row of perennial flowers that come back year after year. They greet me in the spring, and they're just as faithful as they can be. More morning glories. And this is a rose of Sharon bush, tree rather, that dropped over the fence. And I said, well, you're welcome in my garden anytime. And chrysanthemums, I got a start from a dear friend here in the city. And my blackberries and my raspberries. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I just stay busy picking them. My raspberries bloom and produce in the spring and again in the fall. And I have tons in the freezer. Here's some that are just now coming on, and I still have blackberries. Here's the August the 17th, my little friend Denise's birthday. And still blackberries and blackberries and blackberries. Well, let's take a trip down the other garden path. This is a fire pit that I'm turning into. I've already filled it with dirt. I haven't decided what should go in the middle, but it can't be very big because it's kind of a tight squeeze right there. Let's go take a walk down. Oh, my little moss roses. They come back in that pot reseeded every year. I planted a new little zucchini. I hope I get more than the squash bugs do. And this is a funny little, it's eagle heart, I-G-L-E heart, yellow tomato. And no matter where I have it planted in the garden, it gets this kind of sick look. But the tomatoes taste pretty good. And then I've got these long peppers. I have to keep referring back to my seed packets to see all my seeds I planted this year are predominantly from Seed Savers, which I really like that company. This is my little secret place in the garden where I have new little winter kale and Swiss chard, and I've been picking pretty heavily off of it. So, but I have lots of new babies coming up. And I wanted to show you my new winter plants. In here I have black-seeded Simpson, and I have a real pretty little red lettuce they're just coming up. And those will be going in the garden pretty quick. Oh, that's heavy. I wanted to show you this too. We have arugula and spinach and a dwarf kale and Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. Well, let's see what that last one is. Broccoli. Yeah, it's broccoli. I have this metal thing over this because not chosen by me, but apparently they are my new pets, little raccoons that come in every night and have a party in my garden. Oh my, they're a terrible mess. And then I have this lovely squash plant. I've already got squash bugs staking out their territory on it. We don't know if we'll get along with them this year. I guess we don't get along very well. And I love this little pepper plant. It has these little long peppers. I think they're pretty hot. And then we've got our tomato plants. My, aren't they vigorous? I planted Dr. Witchy's yellow this year, and I think they're going to be pretty good. Here's some new little transplanted chrysanthemums off of cuttings from Verda. I'm sure going to enjoy those when they start blooming. Let me take you a walk way back in my back 40. Here's my little guardian owl and all my tomato plants. I really overdid it on tomato plants. I can't understand not to plant too many seeds because they're just all going to come up. And then I have all this problem about what to do with them. As you can see, it's a jungle back here. I've got some projects that went well this year, like these little pansies I started from seed. I think this is a Dr. Witchies. I didn't do a very good job of labeling. Ah, there goes Bart. This is my little potting table back behind the barn. Bart is a kitty that thinks he is supposed to eat at our breakfast table every morning. There's my little starts I have back here behind the barn. I know it's really organized, isn't it? Well, I'm sure glad you got to see that. And then we have lots more tomato plants. Lots and lots and lots. I am not going to go hungry for a little while anyway. And so I just thought you might like to see what a jungle I live in. These are Earlianas. They are delicious. I highly recommend Earlianas. Let's squeeze through the jungle here over to the okra. Do you like okra? Well, I do. Oh, there goes a little spider. Sorry, I didn't mean to tear up your house. Maybe you can build it back even prettier. I've got crab apples on my little crab apple tree. And here's my okra. Lots of okra. Lots and lots of okra. And oh, here's my little fig tree. How do you like my little figs? How you tell when they're ripe is when they turn brown, of course, and they're kind of soft. But you wait until they kind of hang down. See how they stick straight out? You know they're ripe when they hang down. This is my peach tree. I planted that from a seed. And here's my, I think I have 3 or 4 peach trees that I planted from seeds. And here's my poor little apple tree that I planted from a seed. The tansy's about to die off, but it sure has been pretty. What do you think of the 4 o'clocks? They're so pretty this year. I've whacked on them because they want to get down in my perennial bed here. And I know the 4 o'clocks will always come back, but the perennials won't if I don't protect them. This is my husband's favorite. It's a desert willow. It was given to me by a sweet lady named Sis. Sis gave me this beautiful little tiny tree. It was like 6 inches tall. And I was so proud to plant it in my garden because look what sweet little blossoms they make. And it's about finished blossoming, but it was just covered earlier in the year. And here's just some more. Oh, my mother grew this. It's called Cleome. And but most people call it spider flower. And here's some cherry tomatoes that are volunteer. I love these. They come up volunteer every year, and I just kind of stick them here and there. And then I have lots and lots of eggplant back over here. Let's squeeze back behind here, and I'll show you some of my eggplant. Oh, here's another little aurora stuck back here. But I like these little cherry tomatoes. They're quite tasty. I don't know if you all have had problems with blister bugs this year, but they are definitely trying to eat all of my eggplant plants. Okay. Well, there's one little eggplant down there. I've harvested a lot. They're in the refrigerator waiting for me to figure out what to do with them. Okay. Well, let's go back up the garden path. Whoops. I almost fell down. This is my watering system. It's not very attractive, but no one can see it usually. But you were privileged to get to see my mess. Okay, well, that's kind of my garden tour. It's been a good summer for gardening. I've really enjoyed your visit. I hope you'll come back sometime soon and we'll talk again. Bye-bye.